It is Friday, October 9th at City Hall in downtown Mount Vernon. This is Mayor Matt with a room full of guests. Don't worry, we are still appropriately socially distanced and following all the precautions to prevent COVID from spreading. But anyway, today I have some guests from Riverside Recovery. And at the table here in the office/studio is Stephanie Huff, Shelby Jackson, Stephen Shelley, and Caleb Creasy. Guys, welcome. Thank you for being here to talk about this subject that is near and dear to everyone's heart here in the city of Mount Vernon. So welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. We're here to talk about sober activities. You guys have all been, could we just go around the room, just like how long you guys have been in recovery and just a little bit of background about each one of you. Stephanie, can we start with you and just go around?
Yeah, I've been in recovery since April. I've been at Riverside since April. I've been clean for about 7 months almost. I find the programs, it's a really good program. It's really helped me. This is the first time I've been to a recovery or rehab, and it's been really helpful. It's probably the best thing that's happened to me.
Good, very good. Okay, Shelby, how about you?
I've been at Riverside since May 4th, so I'm going on 5 months clean.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Like Stephanie, I've never been in a inpatient rehab facility, so I'm enjoying every moment of it and just utilizing the tools that they taught me.
Mm-hmm. Great. And Stephen, how about you then?
I have been at Riverside since July 10th. It's been a really great, actually it's been a blessing to be there. I voluntarily entered the program. I've been to one prior program, but the structure was not good, and the counselors didn't have the heart as Riverside counselors do. And honestly, I agree with Stephanie, it has saved my life.
Great. Congratulations. Caleb, how about you then?
Yeah, I've been at Riverside since February 19th, so I'm working on almost close to 8 months. You know, I came to treatment because I wanted a better life, and I stayed here willingly because I ended up getting a better life.
And I must say, you guys look all wonderful. I mean, you guys look just very well, and I guess that's one of the things that we miss a lot is that people get well every day, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, it did.
You see it firsthand. That's got to be something that gives you guys a lot of hope. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the change happens fairly quickly in recovery, you know, because we spend a long time doing these unhealthy things in our lives, deteriorating our body. And when we finally get somewhere, you know, to where we take care of ourselves and we care about how we look and what we enter into our body, you know, we change really quickly, and we become to look healthier. You know, our bodies start to fill out, you know, and even the people around us and our loved ones can tell, you know, the changes in our lifestyle, all for the better.
Well, congratulations. Like I said, you all look fabulous. I know you're doing well, and you guys are always in my prayers and thoughts, and hopefully you just keep that momentum going. So
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, very grateful.
Well, let's talk a little bit about one of the things that sometimes we tend to forget is I don't necessarily mean to pigeonhole it into something, but sober activities are a critical part of the recovery process. Can you guys address that maybe as a group and why they're so important?
Because we were so used to doing things when we were high that, you know, there was just not, there wasn't, you know, many activities we didn't have activities to do when we were sober. So finding something sober fun, it's nice to have sober fun activities. And so we've put on this fall fling called Seasons of Change. And
appropriately titled?
Yes, we think so. It fit perfect, we thought. So
you guys could be marketing people, obviously. Very good idea. And then Shelby, both of you and Stephanie were here when we met a couple weeks ago about what has happened since our initial meeting in planning this type of activity and others that hopefully will be coming.
Well, Steph and I have been meeting with our staff at Riverside Recovery and a lot of the clients to figure out what activities we can have at this festival and what everybody would want to do. Yeah, and just we got the name because we all voted. We kind of all came together and decided that it was a good name.
Yeah. And then, gents, how about you? Sober activities are important. I know you're both in this season of change of your own right now too, and you're sort of at different points along the journey. Can you explain why they're so important?
It's important for men and women in recovery to do sober activities so they can connect with each other and show the public that, change is possible. We do recover. It is a journey and definitely not a destination.
And you're probably finding people treat you differently.
Yeah, they really do. It's night and difference with me as well, with the health issues and just your physical appearance. I gained some weight and I look healthy and presentable again. It actually feels good.
Yeah, congratulations. Caleb, how about for you? Why finding sober activities, things to do in a community that are sober activities, why are they so important?
Sober activities are important for me because I spent the last good chunk of my life, using drugs and alcohol to cope with, like Jay said, the reality of even doing activities that I would do sober. I needed those, just to get through, and that caused me to distance myself even when I'm surrounded by people. And it shows myself and other people in recovery that life can still be fun and adventurous. Being a part of those activities, surrounded by people wanting the same change and, supporting myself and other people through this journey.
Let me ask you, and maybe you guys can just kind of kick it around the table. What's been the biggest change that you've seen in yourselves since you started recovery here? So,
I mean, honestly, everything. I used to be a pretty negative person, and nowadays I'm pretty positive. I have coping skills when I have something go wrong in my life. I have good people around me. I can value relationships again, and it's just a good feeling to feel like you're valued and to value yourself, because in addiction, I personally didn't care about myself at all. I didn't care about others around me, and it was just not who I was. So I'm finally coming back to the person and the man I can be for my kids and my family.
Yeah, you guys just kick it around.
Yeah, the biggest change, like Steven said, is...
Stephen.
He said Jay earlier. It's Steven. Stephen.
Scratch that.
I should have just said Jay. I was just trying to be legit.
Well, what was the question again?
No, what's been the biggest change that you've noticed in yourself?
Yeah, everything about me changed. I am the complete opposite person, clean and sober, than I am in my active use. Today I'm compassionate and I'm kind. I'm selfless. I put my loved ones before myself, still putting my recovery first. But putting my recovery first shows my family everything that they need to know. That's, putting my recovery first, lets everything in my life just fall into place how it's supposed to be. I have a daughter that I can be there for and be a part of her life and show her the real side of me, and I can be there for my family and be there for my friends, and it shows me that I can live life on life's terms the right way and just handle what's ever being thrown at me with the coping skills that I am being taught, and I utilize those today.
Like the guy said, I've changed completely. I'm not anywhere near the same person that I was when I was in active addiction. Just by putting on this event shows that I'm now standing up to be a leader position, and my active addiction, I was just a follower. So it feels good.
Everybody's pretty much nailed it. In active addiction, I was a liar, a thief. I did everything wrong. Now it's nice to not lie. I want to be honest. I am honest. Doing this Seasons of Change Fall Fling has it's been I don't know the word I'm looking for.
We may just leave the laughter in this.
It's been an experience. Between that and work, it's made me. I've been learning time management, and it's been a little stressful, but it's nice to have that responsibility and the stress on stuff that's not drugs or lies or addiction and stuff like that. So
It's productive. It's something that's
it
giving
is.
to the. It's part of the being. It's making community.
it is.
Yeah.
So it's been good.
Yeah, great. Well, let's talk about this Seasons of Change Fall Fling here. Riverside Recovery Services is hosting this free sober fall event for families. There'll be fun activities for children and kids of all ages, and we're hoping that you will come out and celebrate the changing of the season. So, Shelby, I'll start with you. When is this? Where is this? And what time? And then we'll have the rest of you just kind of kick in. And sort of what can people expect?
All right. It is at the Chamber of Commerce grounds, Sunday, October 25th, from 3 to 6.
And that's the CA&C, old CA&C train depot across the viaduct.
Yes.
So, yeah. And we will have the restrooms open.
Yeah. And free food.
And what food are what food are we having here?
We're gonna have hot dogs, chips, and apple cider, and we're gonna have goodie bags made up for the kids.
Great.
So.
And then, go ahead. Yeah,
Which
go
they're
ahead.
gonna love because it's trick or treat COVID style.
Masks on.
That's
on.
on. That's right. Absolutely. Now, and you guys did clear this with the health department, too.
It is all cleared.
It's, you got the health department blessing, so that's great. This is, and it's going to be running from 3 to 6 on Sunday the 25th. And if there's a rain date, we've got a rain date just in case, right?
Yep. November 1st.
November 1st. So how do people find out about more about this information?
If they want to know more, they can call 740-326-9255 and ask for Sheila Mills.
Okay.
Or they can email at smills@rrsohio.com.
Okay. Very good. So and then you guys have your social media sites also that you'll be posting things to the Facebook.
Yeah. Riverside Recovery Services has been posted a picture of the flyer. So that's on there.
And then what are some of the activities that families are going to be able to do? Looking at the guys, we'll put the pressure on the guys over here.
There'll be pumpkin painting, cornhole, temporary tattoos.
There's also going to be trick or treat COVID style, Knox Rocks, and free food and more. There's going to be a bonfire.
It should be pretty kid friendly then.
Yeah, very kid friendly. And guitars playing.
Live music.
Music.
Live music. Oh man.
You got sign language going across the table here.
Yeah, we're big helpers. We like to help each other out. That's what we're learning. Yeah.
Oh gosh, though.
Maybe some guitars playing, you know.
He might have a guitar.
Well, definitely be some a light and lively time though.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
great. So
Yeah, it's important, us to be a part of this and show that, us in recovery and the community can get together and have a good time, and it's safe, it's friendly, the kids are welcome. And it just shows that we can be a part of the community and contribute and be functioning members of Mount Vernon and find a way to give back, because we went so long taking, and we finally want to give back today.
Well, if I can just add on that, you guys can just chime in on this too. This subject is a subject matter that cuts across race, religion, socioeconomic lines. It is an equal opportunity disease. If somebody is out, let's say someone who is in active addiction right now wants help, what would you say to that person who is struggling with taking that first step? What would you guys tell them?
I would definitely tell them to go to Riverside. I strongly advocate for that recovery program. The people there are great. It's the most amazing thing I've been a part of recently, and I think if they really want to do it, you got to want to do it and just dive in head first.
You said you really you can be sick of something, but when you're really sick of something,
You surrender. That's
then
what you do.
Yeah. I think that's a key insight to that.
And there definitely is hope out there for the addict that needs help. They just need to contact and reach out to people. You know, the hardest part of my addiction was I didn't want to tell anybody. I was always ashamed. But when I finally reached out for help, I got it, and I really got it. You know, so it just feels good to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, addiction, it doesn't discriminate. It affects all ages, all races, you know, our brothers, our sisters, our parents, you know, and it doesn't hold back either. Addiction is very powerful. Even the people who are not directly affected by it is affected by it in some way, shape, or form. And for the person that, you know, wants help and wants, you know, you have to crave that want to change, that urge to want to do better and be a better person has to be stronger than your addiction. And, you know, it's easier said than done, but you got to want it for yourself. You have to reach out. You have to talk to people. You have to ask for guidance, you know, and like Stephen said, you have to surrender completely. Because when you don't surrender completely, there's still those reservations that you still want to live the old lifestyle that you had.
That's got to be so difficult to do.
It's one of the most difficult things I've ever had to encounter in my whole life.
Right, they say it's simple, just change everything, you know?
Yeah.
We live by that now, though, honestly.
Yeah. Ladies, anything to add to that?
Well, just like the guy said, you know, I've had a lot of my old friends from the past reach out for me, like, how are you doing it? How do I get into the program? And I just give them Riverside Recovery phone number and tell them that it'll change their life.
They got to want to do it from there, though. You can't.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like, oh, I wish I could help them through this?
A
I want
lot.
to do this, and but you have to hold back because they got to do it, right?
Absolutely, because I remember when I was that person where, you know I wanted the help, but I just couldn't reach out. It was too scary for me to reach out and ask for help. So.
Glad you did.
Me too.
Yeah. What do you say to how about a family member or a good friend of a loved one who is in active addiction, and they're just they want to be that person to help get them that help? What do you say to that person who is watching their loved one go down this downward spiral?
It sucks, but I mean, there's really nothing that you can do or say, because the person in active addiction they're gonna have to want it when they want it. You can't push them to want it, or it'll push them away.
It's kind of like tough love. You can't enable them. You gotta learn how to be there for them at a distance.
You can still love the person.
Still love them,
Yeah.
but just be there for them at a distance and not enabling them. And it's tough. It really is.
Yeah, this is your son or your daughter or your parent or your brother or sister or cousin or your best friend from childhood or whatever. It's got to be difficult to see that, but it's, again, I think you said it earlier, Stephen, the surrender that has to come from within. That can't be.
And what I've learned in my experience in recovery and active use, countless times, is the best advice I can give somebody is through my actions, by showing them that I'm actually happy today, that I'm prospering in life, that I'm, becoming this man that I've always wanted to be. I can hold a job and save money and be there for my family, instead of them always having to be there for me. I can be counted on today. I can be reliable. So the best advice, because sometimes people in active use are not willing to listen. They're not willing to be open-minded to the changes that they can make, because it's all up to them. So just showing them that a person like me, coming from what I came from, and the things that I've done in my active use, it's possible. Anybody could change. Anybody can want it. You just have to want it severely. And, sometimes just wanting it for yourself doesn't always get you and keep you in recovery, but finding a reason to want to do that change. And pretty soon you get so used to, being healthy and being happy to where you want that change for yourself, and there's nothing that can stop you from, going a different route, because once you get to a point in your recovery to where you're actually happy, there's nothing that is going to make you want to go backwards in that. And that's something that I wouldn't give up, in a million years, is how I feel today.
Wonderful. Well put. Well put.
It's very good.
Well, we have there's a special occasion today too, isn't there not?
There is.
What's our special occasion here?
Today is my youngest son's 7th birthday, Cameron Brewster.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yay.
Happy birthday,
Cameron.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's great. So let me ask, I think one thing that I guess it wasn't really on the script, but you guys have really just you got me fired up here a little bit. Let me ask each of you I guess some of your goals or your dreams at this point in, what did you think, where are you heading now that you didn't think you were? Now, what are your goals? What are your dreams? Where do you want to go from here?
I've always wanted to be an RN, but I think I want to work in the recovery field. I want to give back, and I really want to help people that where I've came from. Mm-hmm. I know what it's like, and I think that there needs to be more help out there, because there's a lot of addiction going on, and I would really like to give back in that aspect.
Great. How about you?
I agree with Stephanie. I never thought that I would want to be in the recovery field and deal with addicts, but I want to give back to the people who helped me and for the people who can't help themselves at this point in time.
Great. Yeah.
I wanted to be a mechanic, but being at Riverside, I've found some strengths that I have that could be useful to others, and to be a leader and just show that people that it is possible to have someone care about you and want to help you. It doesn't matter about the money you make; it's about your heart, and that's a big deal for me. I was told once that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah.
Yeah, my goal is simple. I just want to live today. I want to be happy. I want to be able to love and receive that love. I just want to be a good daddy, a good son, a good brother, a good uncle, because I've moved past all those materialistic things, because I spent a lot of my addiction just giving it away for nothing. And what I was longing for in my heart were those emotions that I became foreign to, and just being in touch with myself and being aware, and just being an overall, a good man, a responsible man, a reliable man, somebody that other people can look up to. And of course, I want a good job. I want to make good money. But all that doesn't mean anything if I'm not happy with myself and where I'm at in life.
Well done. I can't think of any other way to put it. You guys all have admirable goals and dreams, and I look forward to seeing you pursue those, and not only achieving those, but watching how you achieve those things. I think how we do something is just as important that it's being done as well, and so it's nice to see you guys doing that. It reminded me of this story I once heard of a guy who falls into this deep well, and he needs to get out. He can't get out. And I don't know if you've heard this before. And the doctor walks by, and the guy says, "Hey, doc, can you help me out here? I'm stuck." And the doctor writes a prescription and throws it down. And then a minister or a preacher walks by and says, "Hey, preacher, can you help me out? I'm stuck here. I can't get out." And the preacher writes a prayer and throws it down in the hole to the guy. And so then a friend walks by and he says, "Hey, Joe, I'm stuck here. Can you help me out?" Joe jumps in. He said, "Joe, what are you doing?" "Now we're both down here." And Joe says, "Yeah, well, I've been down here before and I know the way out." And I think that captures the essence of what you guys are all trying to do this. That is so many of people who have been in recovery, who are still in recovery, still want to give back and be helpful along the way. When that person finally surrenders, okay, now I know the way out. Anyway,
And there is a way out.
yeah.
For sure.
Well, anyway, the Seasons of Change Fall Fling again is Sunday, October 25th, with a rain date set for Sunday, November 1st, same time, and it will be 3 to 6 p.m. at the Chamber of Commerce building, the old CA&C train depot. There'll be lots of activities, pumpkin painting, cornhole, tattoos, temporary tattoos, I should say, trick or treat, COVID style, Knox Rocks, free food, and more. A lot of activities, some music, maybe some guitar playing. Who knows? We'll find out sooner or later. And more information will be online at the Riverside Recovery Facebook page, and you can also call. What's the number again, Shelby?
It's 740-326-9255.
And they ask for
Sheila Mills.
Sheila Mills. Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in and doing this podcast. This is
Happy to be here, and I'm very grateful you gave us the opportunity to come share some of our experience, strength, and hope, and talk about some activities that we're putting on for the community.
Well, this is only the beginning, because I hope that we see more of these. I want to
Absolutely.
challenge Riverside Recovery into taking the leadership role in this, and you got the support of the mayor's office here, so.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
and we got to do lunch again soon. It's getting time, so.
Yeah.
Gotta
Come
have
over
more-
anytime.
I was thinking about the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank our friends from Riverside Recovery. Until the next podcast, everybody out there, please stay safe, stay strong, and stay smart.